She slammed me against the locker, her laughter echoing like shattered glass in the empty high school hallway. "Freak!" she hissed, her breath hot against my ear, as tears blurred my vision and the world spun into darkness. But years later, in a crowded Manhattan cafe, those same piercing blue eyes locked onto mine. Not with hate, but with a desperation that would unravel everything I thought I knew about love. My name is Alex Rivera, and I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, where the American dream felt like a distant myth. High school was my personal hell, courtesy of Jordan Hayes, the queen bee with a smile that could cut diamonds. She was everything I wasn't. Confident, popular, the star of the soccer team with a family that owned half the town's real estate. Me? I was the quiet girl with curly hair that never behaved, hiding behind books and sketches, trying to blend into the background. But Jordan saw me, and for reasons I never understood, she made it her mission to break me. It started small whispers in class, mocking my thrift store clothes, tripping me in the cafeteria. But it escalated. One rainy afternoon in sophomore year, she cornered me in the gym locker room. "Why do you even exist, Alex? You're just taking up space." Her friends laughed, but her eyes held something sharper, almost like envy. I went home that day with bruises on my arms and a scar on my soul that wouldn't heal. My parents, busy with their diner jobs, told me to toughen up. It's just high school drama. But it wasn't. It was war. Graduation couldn't come fast enough. I fled to New York City for college, NYU's art program my escape hatch. The city swallowed me whole, its energy a balm for old wounds. I thrived there, majoring in graphic design, making friends who saw me for who I was. Late nights in dorms turned into confessions. I realized I was gay, and for the first time it felt like freedom rather than fear. I dated a few girls, casual flings that taught me about desire without the sting of rejection. Life was rebuilding itself brick by brick. Then, 5 years post-graduation, fate or cruelty intervened. I was working as a freelance illustrator in Brooklyn, scraping by but loving the hustle. One crisp fall morning, I ducked into my favorite coffee shop on Bleecker Street, laptop in hand, ready for a day of deadlines. The line was long, filled with the usual mix of hipsters in suits. And there she was, Jordan Hayes, older but unmistakable, her blonde hair shorter now, styled in a chic bob. She turned and our eyes met. Time froze. "Alex." Her voice was soft, laced with shock. I wanted to run, but my feet betrayed me. "Jordan." I managed, my throat dry. She looked different, less armored, more vulnerable. We exchanged awkward pleasantries. She was in the city for a job interview in marketing. "Can we talk? Over coffee?" she asked, her eyes pleading. Against every instinct, I said yes. We sat at a corner table, the steam from our lattes curling between us like unspoken accusations. "I owe you an apology," she began, staring at her cup. "What I did in high school. It was unforgivable. I was dealing with my own crap, family pressure, figuring out who I was. But that's no excuse." Her words hung heavy. I listened, my heart pounding. She confessed she'd been questioning her sexuality back then, lashing out at me because I represented what she feared in herself. "You were so unapologetically you." It scared me. I didn't forgive her that day. But something shifted. We exchanged numbers, and over the next weeks, texts turned into calls. Jordan got the job and moved to the city. Our conversations peeled back layers. Her controlling parents, my immigrant family's struggles. We shared laughs over bad movies, walks in Central Park where the leaves turned fiery red. Slowly, hate morphed into understanding. One evening, under the Brooklyn Bridge's lights, she took my hand. "Alex, I think I'm falling for you." Her kiss was tentative, electric. A spark that ignited a fire I didn't know I needed. But love isn't simple, especially when born from pain. As our relationship deepened, cracks appeared. Jordan's old friends from Chicago visited, and I saw glimpses of the girl who tormented me, sharp comments, a need to control. Doubt crept in. Was this real, or just guilt disguised as affection? We argued, passionate fights that left us raw. Yet, in quiet moments, her touch healed old scars. She encouraged my art, surprising me with a studio space in her apartment. "You deserve the world, Alex," she'd whisper, holding me through nightmares of the past. High school reunions loomed like storm clouds. Jordan wanted to go, to face our history together. I resisted, but she convinced me. We can rewrite it, she said. Little did I know that night would shatter us. The reunion was at our old high school gym in Chicago, transformed with string lights and a DJ spinning nostalgic hits. I flew back with Jordan, her hand squeezing mine on the plane. It'll be fine, she assured, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. Walking in, memories assaulted me. The squeak of sneakers, the echo of laughter that once mocked me. Heads turned as we entered, hand in hand. Whispers followed. Is that Alex with Jordan? No way. We mingled, awkward at first. Old classmates approached, some apologetic, others oblivious. Jordan shone, charming everyone with stories of her city life. But then Sarah, her former best friend and co-bully, pulled her aside. I watched from afar, sipping punch, as their conversation grew heated. Sarah's eyes flicked to me, a smirk playing on her lips. Jordan returned, flushed. Just old drama, she muttered. Later, as we danced to a slow song, she held me close. I love you, Alex. More than anything. Her words melted my unease. But the next day, back in New York, things unraveled. Jordan's phone buzzed incessantly. Text from Sarah. I glimpsed one. You can't be serious with her. Remember what we had. Jealousy flared, but I confronted her calmly. What's going on? She sighed, collapsing onto the couch. Sarah and I. We hooked up in college. It was nothing serious, but she's not over it. Betrayal stung like a fresh wound. Why didn't you tell me? I demanded. Jordan's eyes filled with tears. I was ashamed. After what I did to you, I didn't want to add more baggage. We fought that night, words like weapons. You used me to feel better about yourself. I accused. She denied it, but doubt seated deep. The drama escalated. Sarah showed up in the city unannounced, crashing a dinner with our friends. Jordan's just slumming it. She sneered at me. Humiliation burned, echoing high school taunts. Jordan defended me fiercely, kicking Sarah out. But the damage was done. Trust fractured. We took a break, her idea, to figure things out. Alone in my Brooklyn walk-up, I poured my pain into art. Sketches of broken hearts, cityscapes fractured by rain. Weeks blurred into loneliness. I focused on work, landing a big commission for a queer graphic novel. Friends urged me to move on, but Jordan's absence ached. Then a knock at my door one stormy night. She stood there, drenched, eyes red. I can't do this without you, Alex. Sarah was a mistake, a remnant of my old life. You're my future. We talked for hours, rebuilding bridges with honesty. She admitted her fears, coming out to her family, facing societal judgment in our conservative hometowns. You make me brave, she said. Reconciliation was sweet, laced with romance. We traveled to the Hamptons for a weekend getaway, walking hand in hand on windswept beaches. Under starlit skies we shared dreams. A life together, maybe marriage when the world caught up. Jordan surprised me with a custom necklace. A heart split in two, engraved with "From Ashes, Love." Our bond deepened, intimate without crossing lines into explicit territory. Tender touches, whispered promises that spoke volumes. But life, ever dramatic, threw another curve. Jordan's job demanded relocation to Los Angeles for a promotion. It's temporary, she promised, but the distance loomed. We navigated long distance with video calls and surprise visits. Yet strain showed. Miscommunications bred arguments. A missed call interpreted as indifference. A late-night work event sparking jealousy. One heated exchange ended with her saying, "Maybe we're too broken to fix." Heartbroken, I threw myself into my art community, attending gallery openings in Soho. There I met Riley, a fellow artist, kind, funny, with a laugh that eased my pain. We bonded over shared experiences as queer women in a straight world. Flirtation simmered, but guilt held me back. Jordan sensed it during a call. "Are you seeing someone?" she accused. Honesty compelled me. "Not really, but I'm lonely." Her silence was deafening. The climax hit when Jordan flew back unexpectedly. We met in Central Park, cherry blossoms falling like confetti. "I turned down the promotion," she announced. "I choose us." Tears flowed as we embraced, but I confessed about Riley. It was nothing physical, just emotional support. Jordan's face crumpled. "I get it. I've hurt you so much." In that moment, vulnerability bridged the gap. We vowed to therapy to unpack the past's baggage. Summer brought renewal. We volunteered at a LGBTQ+ youth center in Harlem, helping kids like our younger selves. Seeing Jordan mentor a bullied teen mirrored our story. Redemption in action. Our love grew roots nourished by empathy. Picnics in Prospect Park, museum dates at the Met, simple joys that wove us tighter. Yet, one final test awaited. Jordan's family reunion in Chicago. Her parents, staunch conservatives, didn't know about us. "I'm telling them," she declared. Nervous, I accompanied her. The backyard barbecue was tense, filled with relatives' chatter. When Jordan announced, "Mom, Dad, this is Alex, my girlfriend," silence fell. Her father stormed off, her mother cried. Accusations flew. "This is a phase." But Jordan stood firm. "I love her. She's my everything." The fallout was brutal. Jordan's family disowned her temporarily, cutting off financial support she'd relied on subtly. Back in New York, she crashed with me, our small apartment a sanctuary amid chaos. "I don't regret it," she whispered one night, curled against me. But the strain showed, sleepless nights, job stress amplified. I supported her, taking extra gigs to cover bills. Our love, tested by fire, emerged stronger, but scars lingered. Drama peaked when Sarah resurfaced, emailing Jordan with proof of my supposed infidelity. A doctored photo from a gallery event with Riley. "She's playing you," the message read. Jordan confronted me, doubt in her eyes. "Is this real?" Heart-shattering, I denied it vehemently. We traced it back to Sarah's jealousy, but the seed of mistrust sprouted anew. "How many times do we have to fight ghosts?" I cried. We sought couples therapy in Greenwich Village, a cozy office with a therapist who specialized in queer relationships. Sessions unearthed buried pain. My lingering resentment from bullying, Jordan's internalized homophobia. "Love isn't about perfection," the therapist said. "It's about choosing each other daily." Slowly we healed, exercises in communication, dates that reignited spark. Jordan started a blog about her journey, turning personal turmoil into advocacy, inspiring others. Romance bloomed amid recovery. For our anniversary, I planned a surprise. A rooftop dinner in Brooklyn, city lights twinkling below. "To us survivors," I toasted. She gifted me a painting she'd commissioned. Us as teens but reimagined, holding hands instead of hurting. Tears mingled with kisses, a poignant reminder of growth. Humanity shown in small acts. Jordan reconnected with her mother. Tentative calls evolving into understanding. "She wants to meet you properly," Jordan shared one day. The visit to Chicago was nerve-wracking, but her mom's homemade apple pie and awkward questions signaled progress. "I see how happy you make her," she admitted. It wasn't full acceptance, but a step toward humanity in a divided world. Conflicts weren't over. My career hit a snag. A client backed out, leaving me financially strained. Jordan's marketing firm faced layoffs, adding pressure. We argued about money, old insecurities surfacing. "You're just like back then, controlling." I snapped once, regretting it instantly. Apologies followed, but words wounded. In therapy, we learned forgiveness as a muscle strengthened through use. A turning point came during Pride Month. We marched in the New York parade, rainbow flags waving, surrounded by a sea of acceptance. Amid cheers, Jordan proposed, not marriage yet, but commitment. "Will you build a life with me, Alex? Flaws and all." On one knee, ring in hand, a simple band with our initials. "Yes," I sobbed, the crowd erupting around us. Life settled into rhythm. We moved to a bigger place in Queens, adopting a rescue dog named Hope. Jordan's blog gained traction, leading to speaking gigs at schools about anti-bullying and queer visibility. I illustrated children's books promoting diversity, our passions aligning. Friends became family, hosting barbecues where laughter drowned out past echoes. But betrayal's shadow loomed once more. Riley, now a close friend, confessed lingering feelings. "I know you're with Jordan, but I had to say it." Shocked, I distanced myself, but Jordan overheard a phone call. "How could you keep this from me?" she demanded. Trust teetered. We separated briefly, me crashing with a friend, her in the apartment. Solitude forced reflection. Was our love worth the endless battles? In the end, humanity prevailed. Jordan showed up at my temporary doorstep with coffee and contrition. I overreacted. "We've come so far. Let's not throw it away. We recommitted, boundaries clearer. Therapy helped navigate friendships, ensuring our bond remained priority. As autumn returned, mirroring our first reunion, we traveled to Niagara Falls, a romantic escape. Mist from the falls cooled heated emotions, walks along the gorge fostering deep talks. From enemies to lovers, Jordan mused. Like a bad rom-com. We laughed, the sound pure. Back home, we hosted a small gathering for found family, toasting resilience. The story's heart lay in empathy's power. Jordan volunteered more at the youth center, sharing our tale anonymized. One teen mirroring my past self approached. Your story gives me hope. Tears welled, cycles breaking one heart at a time. Yet, not all wounds heal cleanly. Jordan's father remained distant, a reminder of societal divides. We advocated through marches, votes, donations, fighting for a more humane America. Our love, a microcosm of progress, inspired quiet revolutions. Winter brought introspection. Curled by the fire, we planned futures. Travel to Europe, maybe kids via adoption. Dreams once impossible, now tangible. You saved me, I told her. No, she replied. We saved each other. Spring ushered renewal, but drama never fully fades. Jordan's work sent her on a business trip to San Francisco, where she reconnected with an old college fling. Not Sarah, but another ghost. Photos surfaced on social media. Innocent dinners, but optics stung. It's networking, she insisted upon return. Paranoia gripped me. Was history repeating? We clashed, accusations flying. You don't trust me, she yelled. After everything. Therapy sessions intensified. Trust is rebuilt brick by brick, our counselor reminded. Jordan cut ties with past connections, transparency her olive branch. I worked on insecurities, journaling high school traumas to release their hold. Slowly, equilibrium returned. We attended a queer film festival in Tribeca. Movies mirroring our struggles. Cathartic tears leading to deeper connection. Romance rekindled with a road trip down the East Coast. From Boston's historic streets to Charleston's charm, we rediscovered joy. In a Virginia Beach town under a full moon, we renewed vows informally. I choose you every day, Jordan said, waves crashing as witness. Intimacy deepened through shared vulnerabilities, not physical exploits. Emotional nakedness forging unbreakable bonds. Human elements grounded us. Jordan's mother visited New York, bridging gaps with cooking lessons, her Italian heritage blending with my Latina roots. Laughter filled our kitchen, pasta dough symbolizing mended ties. Love wins, she said, hugging us both. Small victories in a polarized nation. Conflict arose anew when my art exhibit opened in Chelsea. A critic panned it harshly, echoing Jordan's old taunts. Insecurity flared. Maybe I'm not good enough. Jordan rallied, promoting it online, drawing crowds. You're brilliant, she affirmed. But at the after-party, a tipsy admirer flirted with me aggressively. Jordan's jealousy boiled over. Is this payback? We left early, arguments spilling into the street. Reconciliation came at dawn, coffee in hand. We're human, Alex. We mess up. Honesty prevailed. I reassured her of my devotion. We set boundaries, open communication, no assumptions. Growth felt tangible like muscles after a workout. Summer heat brought activism. We joined protests for LGBTQ+ rights. Signs high amid chants. Jordan spoke at a rally, her voice steady. I was the bully once. Now I fight for those I hurt. Applause thundered. Pride swelled in me. Our story, shared selectively, empowered others. A young couple approached post-event. You give us hope. Humanity's thread. Connection amid chaos. Betrayal's final twist hit when Sarah leaked old high school photos online. Me at my lowest, captioned mockingly. Cyberbullying reignited trauma. Jordan confronted her legally, securing a takedown. She's poison, Jordan declared. We pressed charges, turning pain into justice. Support from our community buoyed us, friends rallying with messages, a GoFundMe for therapy costs. Healing deepened. We adopted another pet. A cat named Grace, symbolizing forgiveness. Evenings involved board games, movie marathons, mundane magic strengthening us. Jordan landed a book deal for her memoir. Me illustrating the cover. Collaboration blended our talents. Love manifesting creatively. As fall approached, we reflected on our journey. From Chicago's suburbs to New York's vibrancy, our path twisted but led here. What if we'd never reconnected? I pondered. Jordan smiled. Fate knew better. We planned a commitment ceremony, intimate, on a Hudson River boat at sunset. Friends and accepting family attended, vows exchanged amid tears and cheers. The ceremony's humanity shone. Jordan's mother walked her down the aisle, her father's absence noted but not defining. In sickness and health, through betrayal and bliss, we promised. Rings slipped on, sealing our pact. Reception danced into night, toasts celebrating resilience. Post-honeymoon in the Adirondacks, hiking trails, cabin coziness, life normalized. Careers flourished. My graphic novel published, Jordan's book a bestseller. We mentored at the youth center, paying forward empathy. Yet, America's complexities persisted. News of anti-LGBTQ+ legislation stirred fear. But we fought back, volunteering, donating. Our love, a beacon, illuminated paths for others. In quiet moments, gratitude overwhelmed. You turned my enemy into my soulmate, I told Jordan. She kissed my forehead. Love's the ultimate plot twist. Winter's chill tested endurance, but our foundation held. A health scare, Jordan's routine checkup revealing a benign lump, sparked fear. Nights in hospital waiting rooms, hands clasped, reinforced commitment. We'll face this together, I vowed. Recovery brought closeness, simple acts like soup making embodying care. Drama subsided, replaced by steady rhythm. We bought a brownstone in Brooklyn, renovating it into a home. Walls painted with murals of our story. Neighbors became allies, block parties fostering community. Jordan's father reached out tentatively, a Christmas card, then a call. Reconciliation brewed slowly, humanity bridging divides. Romance endured through gestures, surprise picnics in snow-dusted parks, love notes hidden in lunch bags. We traveled to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Immersing in culture, jazz-filling streets, our dances carefree. This is us, vibrant, alive, Jordan said. Highs and lows wove the tapestry. A professional setback, my book deal falling through, plunged me into doubt. Jordan uplifted. Your talent shines regardless. She organized a pop-up exhibit, success reigniting fire. Reciprocally, when her book tour stressed her, I joined, offering support. The story's essence. Transformation through love. From bullying's ashes rose empathy, drama yielding to depth. We spoke at conferences, our narrative inspiring. One audience member shared. Your journey healed my own wounds. Impact rippled, personifying human connection. As years passed, our story spanning a decade, reflection deepened. Anniversaries marked milestones. The cafe meeting, the proposal. We adopted a child, a girl from foster care, naming her Elena after my grandmother. Parenting brought new challenges, sleepless nights, school runs, but joy amplified. Watching Jordan read bedtime stories, tenderness evident, melted my heart. Conflicts arose as in any life. Parenting disagreements, work-life balance. But tools from therapy navigated them, communication, compromise. Our family expanded with another adoption. Brothers completing the picture. America's landscape evolved. Marriage equality nationwide. Though battles persisted, we advocated tirelessly, marching with our kids, teaching tolerance. Love is love, Elena echoed, pride swelling. In twilight years, though still young, we envisioned legacies. A foundation for queer youth, our home a safe haven. Evenings on the porch, watching sunsets, we reminisced. Remember when I slammed you against that locker? Jordan teased gently. How could I forget? It led to this. The end wasn't tragic but triumphant. A happily ever after earned through trials. Betrayal forged strength, drama deepened bonds, emotion enriched souls. Our love, profoundly human, proved redemption possible. In a world of division, we embodied unity. From hate to heart, our story, eternally American in its grit and grace.